All right, you're here given three-dimensional vectors. I usually spend time drawing them and showing you how to draw them, but this is an x-coordinate, this is a y-coordinate, and this is a z-coordinate, and we're finding the angle between those two vectors. So I'm not going to show you that on the video. We'll probably do something in class to show you how to draw those, but you should get an idea of what they look like visually. Well, I go back and use that same formula. I told you before that formula works no matter what dimension you're in. So cosine theta is u dot v divided by the magnitude of u times the magnitude of v. So I crank out the pieces of that formula. The first easy piece is u dot v. U dot v is 10 times negative 10, 9 times negative 8, and negative 5 times negative 4. I'm actually not a fan of this. It's called vector calculus. I'm not a fan of it because it requires a lot of bookkeeping, and I'm not a good bookkeeper. But there is a lot of bookkeeping, and you can see me being very careful here and making sure I don't make minus sign errors. That's where you're going to get an error, is if you have a minus sign error. The next step is to calculate what's called the magnitude. This is the length of that vector. And we use something called Euclidean magnitude. And the formula for it is just first component squared plus second component squared plus third component squared under a square root. That's Euclidean magnitude. And Euclidean, it's called Euclidean because it's used in Euclidean geometry, and things look as they should look if you're using these mechanics to crank things out. So I did the little bit of arithmetic here. If you're going to make a mistake, it's arithmetic. Put parentheses around your negative number so you don't make it, there are parentheses around this negative 10 squared, so you make a minus sign error. And so I get these awful looking numbers right here for magnitude of u and magnitude of v. Pop everything into the formula, and I get cosine theta is minus 0.78936. To find theta, what you need to do is take the inverse cosine or arc cosine, depending on what kind of calculator you're using. So theta is cosine inverse of this number. I forgot to, again, to put my calculator in degrees, and I have the answer here, unlike you do, and I could see that something was wrong. And then I realized, oh, I didn't put my calculator in degrees. But you do all these computations in arithmetic. It's kind of surprising at the end that you might have got the right answer by accident. But it turns out I did get the right answer. And so that goes right into that block. And it looks like they rounded to the 10th. And you see that if I round to the 10th, that's what I get.